You see a Tesla pull into a charging station, plug in, and walk away. Simple, right? But someone had to wire that station, mount it to the wall, connect it to the grid, and make sure everything's working safely. That person is an EV charging station installer, and they're one of the most in-demand blue-collar workers in America right now. With electric vehicles taking over the roads and millions of charging stations needed across the country, this job isn't slowing down anytime soon. What this job really is. An EV charging station installer is a specialized electrician who installs, connects, and tests electric vehicle charging equipment. They work at homes, apartment complexes, businesses, parking garages, and public stations. The job involves reading blueprints, running electrical wiring, mounting the charging hardware, connecting everything to the power grid, and testing the system to make sure it works properly and safely. Some installers also talk to customers, troubleshoot problems, and even upgrade old systems when new technology comes out. This is hands-on electrical work, and every job is a little different depending on the location and the type of charger being installed. What you can expect to earn. Pay for EV charging station installers varies depending on your location, your experience, and whether you work for yourself or a larger company. On average, many workers earn between $19 and $26 per hour. That breaks down to roughly $38,000 to $53,000 a year for most installers. The national average sits around $23 to $24 per hour, or about $48,000 annually. Top earners in high-demand cities or those with years of experience can make up to $75,000 per year or more. Cities like Seattle, Oakland, and Arlington tend to pay on the higher end of the scale because of cost of living and strong demand for EV infrastructure. Keep in mind, these are estimates. Your actual pay will depend on the state you're in, your certifications, and how much experience you bring to the table. How people get started in this job. Most EV charging station installers start by becoming licensed electricians first. That usually means going to a trade school or community college to learn the basics of electrical systems, wiring, and safety codes. These programs can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending on whether you go full-time or part-time. After that, many people enter an apprenticeship program where they work under experienced electricians and get paid while they learn. Apprenticeships typically last 3 to 4 years and give you real-world experience on job sites. Once you're a licensed electrician, you can get specialized training in EV charging systems. One of the most recognized certifications is through the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, or EVITP. This program teaches you the specific skills needed to install charging stations safely and correctly, covering everything from equipment handling to local electrical codes. Some employers will pay for this training if you're already working as an electrician. You don't need a college degree to do this job, just solid electrical training, a willingness to learn new technology, and the right certifications. Who this job is best. For this job is a great fit for people who like working with their hands, solving problems, and staying up to date with new technology. If you're already an electrician or thinking about becoming one, this is a smart direction to go because the demand is growing fast. You don't need to be young to start. People in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s can enter this field as long as they're physically able to do the work. The job requires you to lift equipment, climb ladders, work in tight spaces, and sometimes be on your feet for long hours. You'll also need to be comfortable reading technical diagrams and using power tools. This career is excellent for immigrants or anyone without a 4-year degree who wants stable, well-paying work. If you're detail-oriented, safety-conscious, and good at following instructions, you'll do well. You also need to be okay working alone sometimes or as part of a small crew. Communication skills help too. especially if you're installing chargers at someone's home and need to explain how everything works. The reality check. This job has a lot of upsides, but it's not easy work. You'll be doing physical labor, lifting heavy equipment, drilling into walls, running cable, and working outdoors in all kinds of weather. Some jobs require you to work in parking garages, on rooftops, or in cramped electrical rooms. Safety is a big deal because you're working with high-voltage electricity, so one mistake can be dangerous. That's why training and following codes is so important. The hours can be long, especially if you're working on a big project with a tight deadline. Some installers work evenings or weekends to avoid disrupting businesses or traffic. If you work for yourself as a contractor, the pay can be higher, but the work might not be as steady. You'll need to hustle to find clients and manage your own schedule. Also, technology in this field is changing quickly, so you'll need to keep learning and stay current with new types of chargers and software systems. If you're not willing to adapt and upgrade your skills, you might get left behind. What the future looks like. The outlook for EV charging station installers is one of the brightest in the trades right now. Research shows that the United States will need around 28 million private EV chargers by the year 2030 to keep up with the number of electric vehicles on the road. Federal and state governments are investing billions of dollars into building out charging infrastructure across the country. One major study projects that by 2032, this industry will create about 160,000 jobs, with nearly half of those being electrical installation and maintenance roles. That means tens of thousands of new job openings for people who know how to install and maintain EV charging equipment. Right now, the infrastructure is still catching up to the demand. Electric vehicle sales have surged by over 250% since 2018, and more than 1.7 million EVs are already on U.S. roads. Every one of those vehicles needs a place to charge. Homeowners want chargers in their garages. Apartment buildings, shopping centers, gas stations, and highway rest stops are all adding charging stations. That creates constant work for installers. As long as more people keep buying electric cars and trucks, the need for skilled installers will keep growing. Breaking into the industry. If you're serious about this career, the first step is to look into electrical training programs in your area. Search for trade schools, community colleges, or union apprenticeship programs that offer courses in residential or commercial electrical work. Many of these programs have financial aid or payment plans, and some are even free if you join a union apprenticeship. While you're learning, ask about EV-specific training or whether your school offers EVITP certification courses. Once you're a licensed electrician, start looking for companies that specialize in EV infrastructure or renewable energy. Some of the biggest names in the industry are hiring installers right now, and smaller local contractors are also looking for help. You can also search online job boards using terms like EV charger installer, EV infrastructure technician, or electric vehicle charging equipment installer to see what's available in your state. Don't be afraid to reach out to local electrical contractors and ask if they're doing any EV charging work. Many are expanding into this area and need trained workers. Why this job matters. EV charging station installers are playing a key role in America's shift toward cleaner transportation. Every station you install helps reduce the country's dependence on gasoline and makes it easier for people to drive electric vehicles. You're not just doing electrical work. You're helping build the infrastructure that will power the next generation of cars and trucks. It's steady work, it pays well, and it's only going to grow as more drivers go electric. This is a real opportunity for people who want a solid career without needing a college degree. If you're willing to learn, get certified, and do the work, you can build a future in one of the fastest growing trades in America. The demand is there, the pay is competitive, and the work is meaningful. All you have to do is take the first step. Your next move. Start by researching electrician apprenticeships or trade schools in your state. Look up EV-ITP certification programs to see what's involved. Search for entry-level EV installer jobs or companies that specialize in charging infrastructure. The sooner you start training, the sooner you can get into a career that's built for the future.
Thanks for watching. To this end, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel to get more information about Blueprint jobs.